Buongiorno! November 27th, 2025, Solomon Chau. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I got a few moments to take a Thanksgiving reflection. I'm 40 years old now. This is what happens to me. Being who I am, taking the risks that I did. It is inevitable that people are just wage slaves in this world. The 9 to 5, the rat race, the matrix, the grind, whatever you want to call it. More than likely, you're going to have to work for someone else. And it's just getting harder and harder. The game of incremental is just getting harder and harder. As soon as you upgrade your income, everything else just has a natural inflation prices. The price of housing goes up. Luxury housing units now. Buying a house, a 2-3 bedroom house is no longer affordable for the middle class, for the average person. Even a 1 bedroom, even a studio is almost $500,000. And do you think your wages are up? Do you think anyone was there with you to build your life? You think your significant other agreed to build a life with you as the guy? No, of course she didn't. She just wants to complain about Chad and Tyrone, who's already made it, who's 6 feet plus tall, who's in the NBA and NFL. And for 99% of the time, she's complaining about those guys, okay? She's not complaining about the average man. She's complaining about the top 2% of men. And if he's under 6 feet tall, then maybe she can substitute him for a finance bro or a tech bro. Someone making, a lot of money here. 6 figures, $500,000 at least. Doing whatever they do. I'm a quant. I'm a computer programmer. I'm a AI, programmer. I work for NVIDIA, Tesla. More and more companies are firing left and right. So I don't know how long this fantasy, this delusion can carry on. But whatever, I have my job. I have my income. As for everyone else, I don't know. There's always this delusion everyone has. The grass is always greener on the other side. Keeping up with the Joneses, smoke and mirrors this, the scam this, the grift that, BlackRock, Vanguard, whoever you want to be talking about. Sure, everyone else, what about you? What can you do? Not much. Even if with, my income, after taxes, I get hit pretty badly. If you make $10,000 a month, you only get to keep less than about $7,000. You got to pay the federal tax. You got to be paying the state taxes. If you own something, a home, you have to pay property taxes on top of those taxes. And if it's a condo or a townhome, you have to pay the HOA. Or if it's a co-op, which is quite popular in Fort Lee, right next outside New York City, co-ops, you gotta pay the co-op HOA fee. Now people are complaining about the home insurance. Not only home insurance, but you have the car insurance, So all these bare bones basic stuff to survive is now cutting deep into your pockets. You know, goodbye to this fantasy guy that you have to marry. He's probably not going to exist. There will be significantly less of these kinds of men who are just financially stable and normal kind of men who will provide. You know, like a fatherly figure. Now you just have these like degenerates buying cryptocurrency and Pepe coin and Dogecoin, trying to be the next Dogecoin millionaire or whatever, just getting lucky, gambling, you know, off of NFTs and crypto and whatever. They got like online poker these days and online fantasy football betting or whatever. You know, it's just crazy what young men are doing these days to capitulate over being the king of mediocrity and wanting to be that Chad or Tyrone guy that girls want. But I don't see it happening. You know, in reality, success for the average person that is obtainable is drifting. You know, it's consumer staples. It's just, consumer staples is the only thing that can get you grounded. You know, every 2 weeks you get your bi-weekly paycheck, and it's not going to be enough. You have to grind. You know, you need a second or third job. You know, and while you're out working, guess who you're not spending time with? Your girlfriend, your wife, or whatever. So you'll see less of this nuclear family stuff, which makes Thanksgiving more of a rare opportunity to be with your nuclear family. You know, and what is a family anyways these days? You know, everyone's single, seems to be complaining that they're a single mom. I don't know. That is up to you. I don't know. You know, in America, you know, women are crazy powerful, and when they're crazy powerful, you know, the guy's out of the picture. He is tossed out into the sea, and she gets child support, alimony, spousal support, and it's just this whole shit show of the matriarchy or feminism or whatever. There you go. You know, you get what you want. You become the next Karen in line, and have fun being a single mother. I don't know. Where does the guy fit in this picture? Maybe he never made it. Maybe you never could meet your high standards, you know? And because the average guy cannot meet your high standards, cannot be NFL players, cannot be NBA basketball players or hockey, whatever league, you know, or can't be tech bro. They just have normal jobs. Maybe they're a teacher. Maybe they're a paralegal. Maybe they're a police officer. This kind of man, this average man cannot, you know, ever amount to be the Superman, cannot meet this Superman ideology, the high standards a modern woman has, and now there's just a surplus of single moms. Each one thinking exactly like each other. Just so whatever. I've seen this before. I'm 40. It's like I haven't seen this shit show before. Whatever. I'm working a double shift, trying to work a double shift today, and that's it. You know, you just go to work. You make overtime money. You go to sleep. You just use your home to sleep, rinse and repeat. You know, again, back to square one. Everyone's just a wage slave. Unless you won the genetic lottery or you're an outlier of sorts. You're this NFL football player and playing in the NBA, this Michael Jordan, this Cadillac of men earning 7+ figures. You know, realistically, you know, those are the kinds of men women are complaining about. Those are the kinds of men women are complaining about. Not the 9 to 5 guy. All right, she doesn't give two shits about him, and he doesn't meet her standards. Again, same with this shit show. You know, she's gonna just become a single mom. And that's reality, you know. I guess it's just having to accept the new modern reality. Can you take it? Life is not fair. It's just like Las Vegas is only catering to the whales, the ultra rich, and everyone else, all the middle class, all the frequent flyers are just treated like shit, treated like garbage. And so, you know, the population, the tourist thirst trap is dwindling and down, and only, you know, they're only, NGM are only selling packages to VIP packages to the whales, to these sports players and the champions in the sports world, or finance bros, or whoever. Everyone else, the normal average ass people, just, they don't give a two fucks about. They don't want to make money churning butter, you know, nickel and diming every, you know, middle class guy out there who's a Michael Jordan fan or whatever, or LeBron James fan. They don't care about him anymore, you know. And so a lot of businesses are just shutting down. It's just like all in or nothing, I guess. That's the new meta. That's the new paradigm shift. It's all in or nothing. It's you're either the 1% or you're just an everyday whatever, a janitor, a garbage man. You know, just the quiet man of living a life of desperation that no one really cares about, who isn't in the spotlight, which isn't bad. It isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad alternative, but there has to be some kind of life for the average ass person. Where can they go? Where will they go? That's the thing. Shit. Now they're like firing nurses or something. Like, where would the average ass person go? Damn. For all they care about all the celebrities and the 1%, you know, what about us? Damn. Everyone else is this like ridiculous single mom who doesn't want to marry or be with average ass man. Well, this is it. You know, I know how I spent my time working a double shift, trying to make overtime, and that was the highlight of my day, seeing my little numbers on my little bi-weekly paychecks. Did the money actually manifest into something that I wanted? Probably not. Just pay some credit card bills or whatever for my gas, my food, you know. Probably gonna buy a Garmin watch with GPS on it so I could track how many miles I walk, the 10,000 steps I should be walking every day, or how much miles I put in jogging or trying to run, or doing fitness, and that's it, you know. What's everyone else doing? The same thing. They just go to the sports, get a fancy gym membership. And my mom told me that everyone was at the gym. All these dudes were just at the gym, practicing self-improvement. You know, last Saturday I actually went to the Go-Go Club, and it was packed with men's cars. So there you go, ladies. Men don't go to singles nights. They just go to the go-go club, the brothel, the strip. They don't want to deal with these modern women, single mom shit, high divorce rate. They just go to the go-go club, they go to the brothel, they go to different countries and get their jollies on. They don't want to deal with this systematic, institutionalized indoctrination, wedding shit anymore. And it's high divorce rates, to reiterate, child support no one wants to pay. They just don't want to deal with this bullshit, and they just want to get their jollies on and go do their thing. And if this trend continues, I don't know. No one knows. Doesn't look pretty though. I don't know. I really don't know. I've never seen a happy married woman with kids that she likes and a husband that she loves. She usually complains like a Karen or a Debbie Downer or a negative Nancy. Some kind of sassy woman, some kind of sassy mother, or single mom, always telling everyone that the husband sucks, that he's fat and lazy, and she has to clean up after him. It's just like, was this induced by her own trauma, or is he actually that lazy and fat? I think it's a combination of both. But whatever. Why do you care so much about him? Why not just go about your day? I don't know. It's just like they have nothing else better to do but complain about guys or men or whatever. And that's just how it is. That's just the culture. The culture, which is toxic. Now everyone's just primed to stab each other in the back. No house is big enough for Karen or her shit talk. And fuck. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace out. Gotta go. Happy Thanksgiving.